Today we're going to be installing the Vision series, which is going to be Vision Warmaidens, NPCS, and Wives, plus the customizer for each. So first of all, the Warmaidens. Download version 3.1.3, the customizer for Warmaidens. We have CBBE, so install that one. Next is NPCS. Download 1.2.1. The customizer. CBBE again. Wives. And the Wives customizer. Now, in your mod manager, first of all, for MO2, let's install Warmaidens. Install the all-in-one. You can choose wrinkles or none, doesn't matter. CBBE body. Then install NPCS. All-in-one. Doesn't matter for the next. Either is up to you. Make sure CBBE body and Wives. All-in-one. CBBE. Install. Now is where it gets a little bit more involved. Warmaidens customizer. Go ahead and select a base body. Either one, any of the options are up to you. I am going to go with the underwear. Skin texture is entirely up to you. I'm going with the SG textures, for the Warmaidens at least. All these options are up to you. Next is customizer for NPCs. Once again, these are all up to you. I'm going with underwear, so that I can make these videos on YouTube. Because this is NPCs, any of these options are better than dark red, so let's go with gray. Real girls. Sure, why not? And Wives customizer. Once again, underwear, this time dark purple. And I'm going with pure skin. Now, with Cortex. You can install all of these with Cortex this time. So, Warmaidens. Next. Yeah. Next. All-in-one. No wrinkles. CBBE. And close. NPCs. Next. Next. All-in-one. Up to you. CBBE. Wives. Next, next, all-in-one, next, CBBE, next, and wait, and close. Now, customizers. Wives. Each one of these settings is up to you. I'm going to use revealing underwear for Wives. Dark purple. Fair skin, maybe pure skin. Clothes. Warmaidens. Up to you. Actually, let's go with this. They work out. Underwear. Red. Real girls. And finish. NPCs. Next, next, next. Underwear, next. And let's leave it out Aqua. Next. And Real Girls. Don't forget to enable. Refresh on the left. Plugins on the right. Activate all. and sort. And for Vortex, as usual, install all. Now Bittern Warmaidens all in one, doesn't matter, CBBE body, finish. For NPCs all in one, up to you, up to you, up to you, and CBBE body, finish. All in one, CBBE, finish. Once again, each option in the 3 customizers is up to you. I'm going with various options for each. So for wives, I go with revealing underwear, dark purple, and either pure skin or fair skin. And finish. Warmaidens customizer, curvy, underwear, dark red, and SG. Finish. And finally, NPCs. Underwear, doesn't matter. And let's go with, real girls. Finish. Enable all. You will end up with conflict, so have NPCs load after the vision NPCs. You'll end up with conflict, so the customizer should load after the requisite mod. They will all conflict with some of the underwear textures, but it doesn't matter. So save all that. Just like that. And like that. Now deploy again. Now finally, as usual, we're going to run loot if you're using Cortex or MO2 to sort your plugin load order. So as usual, disable all. Enable USEP. Start with Warmaidens. Enable Warmaidens, run VQSC, and let's patch. So, for each one of these, you'll have probably a dead body cleanup script, and you'll definitely have something to do with head parts, face morphs, and so on. All of the appearance stuff has to be copied from Warmaidens. All the scripts have to be copied from USEP. So the easy way is select all Warmaidens records, copy as override into. Yep. There we are. And copy the vmat over. For a few, you will notice level molt has changed. That is something that's related to stats. Stats should generally be used from USEP. However, appearance would always be used from object bounds is to allow them to run into stuff. Factions and perks are related to stats and so should be from USEP. In this case, Warmaidens adds several various spells to Ilya. USEP also adds some spells and some perks. Which you use is kind of up to you, however I would generally recommend using the USEP version for anything that is not appearance. The attack race is related to stats, it is not the race of the NPC. This allows the game to have a different actual race than the attack race, which can affect various things in the game. Packages is related to how the NPC walks around cities. So, because of that, this should definitely be copied from USEP again. You might notice with Raya, there is opposite gender animations in USEP under configuration. This is removed by Warmaidens. If you want your NPCs to use opposite gender animations, then you can. It's up to you. You should automatically have all the masters added because you have used those records in this patch. But if you don't, add the masters and check what you did with the patch. Go ahead and create a mod group. Close and save as usual. Disable Warmaidens, enable NPCs. Run VQSC again. And in this way, do the exact same thing for all three. So now here is where things get a little bit more complicated. So if we're using MO2, then the plugins will output to the exit output. If you're using Cortex, it's to overwrites. For Vortex, it's to your data folder. With all three of these options, you need to move these to their own mod. So, MO2, create empty mod. Move over. If you're using Cortex, go to mod files location, add new empty mod, name it. Open the most recent mod files location, go to mods, go up one, mod files, new data folder, and do this for each mod. For Vortex, go to Open Game Mods folder and Mod Staging folder. And Skyrim SC. Of course here, create a new folder for each one. And copy the ESP that you generated from the data folder to that patch folder. Once done, restart Vortex. For Cortex, once you have done this, refresh Cortex and enable the mod, refresh again, and enable the plugin. Once you have done this in your mod manager of choice, open the mod that you created for each one, and open at the same time the main version, not the customizer, for each one. So for first one, Vision Wives, go ahead and copy the textures and meshes. That's it. After doing this, you can go ahead and go into each textures folder all the way down until you have a large number of folders, and delete everything except for FaceGen data and each meshes, and do the same thing. It's simply easier to drag and drop like that. Next, NPCs and Warmaidens. After you have done this, you're going to need to run CAO. Open the directory for each one of these. So, how you can do this, either you can go to the mod files location and copy the URL. If you're using MO2, right click, open from file manager. Cortex, right click, mod files location. MO2, right click, open Explorer. And then copy that path. So, for instance here, just select and copy. Control A, Control V, in here. And you need to set create BSA. You don't need to create a dummy plugin. And extract, delete, meshes you can process, textures you can process, animations you can process. Those are not necessary, but it's recommended. then hit run. This should be very quick for each one. One thing to note about Cortex, when you're doing this, go into Mod Files Location, and then the data folder, copy that whole path. You will then need to rename You will not need to do this with the customizers, and I actually recommend that you don't do this with the customizers, but for all the main files and for the USEP patches that you created, you will need to do this. In whichever mod manager you do, you'll want to go ahead and refresh, enable the mods that you created, and enable the plugins. If you use Cortex, enable the mod, refresh, enable the plugin. For Vortex, enable the mods, and deploy again. Then make sure to enable the plugins.